Hello, everyone, and good afternoon to everyone watching. Good afternoon to our guests and friends from BaseApp, Zach and Ox. How are you guys doing? Amazing. And then as well as Rada from the Avantis team. So we have a really exciting stream for you all today. A lot of exciting topics to talk about. Our priority focus will be a check-in on the Lead to Leverage trading competition. And then we will go into some other exciting topics like agentic trading and whatnot as well that are very top of mind for many different traders. Before we get into the meat of the detail on the agenda, I do want to give a quick disclaimer that this stream is an Avantis stream. The trading competition we will talk about is Avantis's competition, and BaseApp and Ox are purely guests of the Avantis stream here today. So with that behind us, just to talk through the quick agenda for today, we'll start by reminding the audience about how the BaseApp Avantis competition works and what the latest is in terms of some stats. We'll hear from Ox on the latest with the trading app on Base. Then we will go into segment 2, which is we'll walk through a few creator-focused videos that we will show just to make it more interactive, to tell the audience about how to get started if they haven't started already. After that, we will go into segment 3 and break down some interesting trades from our winners from the past few weeks from the competition, and we can nerd out a little bit about setup and what worked well in terms of different trading strategies. And then we'll kind of conclude with segment 4, which is talking about agentic trading, which is a very top of mind topic, I would say, across the Base ecosystem. And at Avantis, we've been cooking up something interesting that we will show. So all that said, let's start with segment 1. So I'll just give a quick reminder on the competition itself, what it is and how it works. So Avantis, 3 weeks ago now, launched a trading competition called Leads to Leverage. We've been posting a lot about it on X. And basically how it works is we have a $100,000 prize pool. Each week it has been escalating. And all you need to do to participate is go into the Base app, go to the Avantis mini app, and then put on any trades. And then you will qualify directly to be able to win a USDC prize each week. And you can win a prize depending on your volume traded as well as your P&L. So any small trader, large trader alike can participate. We are currently in the last and final week that just started yesterday. And so this is our biggest prize pool yet. $50,000 is up for grabs. So over the next several days, please come in, check it out, put on any trades, and you can compete against your friends and see the leaderboard. So a lot of excitement. And then just a few stats to give people a glimpse of how the competition has been going. We've had a lot of users participate over the last few weeks. So over the last few weeks, each week, we've had more people participate. So week 1, we had 500 people on the leaderboard. Week 2, over 650. Week 3, this past week, almost 900, and then up and up. And we're doing hundreds of volumes a week now from just the competition alone. So people are trading. A lot of folks are trading and trading with high volume across all these different assets. So it's been extremely successful and exciting to see. But without further ado, let me bring Ox into the conversation. BaseApp's PM for trading, just to give any commentary on the competition or just generally how trading has been going on the BaseApp side.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. First of all, super excited about the results because I can see it's definitely growing week by week, which is super exciting. And also, I heard only a positive feedback about Avantis mini app. I think you guys spend a lot of time building it in high quality that the users really can trade easily. Such an interesting and kind of complex market for retail users, which we have inside the Base app. And yeah, super excited for the results. And I hope and I'm sure they're going to grow even after a trading competition, because I guess the main target for us being giving the opportunity for our traders to participate and actually find the Avantis mini app as a perps trading platform. So I hope And I'm sure that they're going to continue trading within the mini app, and we will grow the number of users and the volume itself. So if we back to base app overall, we've been focusing a lot on a lot of like a polish work and improvements based on our new strategy as a trading first platform. So we are actively working on increasing number of supported blockchains, which is going very well, and we will ship like a new updates by the end of this quarter. And another very exciting project which I'm working very close to, it's like we're working on like a pro orders type. So the first one will be limit orders within the base app for all base users. Again, we'll be shipping quite soon, I guess by the end of March. So the team is very excited working on that project specifically because we see a lot of demand in like pro orders, and we have a lot of like active users who recently started trading more and more. And I guess that's also because of the opportunity to have such a advanced and cool features like a perf trading with Avantis mini app.
Amazing. That's super great to hear. And I guess like, are there any certain types of traders that you see have been coming on more or less recently, different asset classes that people are interested in, or do you think it's just across the board, people have been coming on?
Yeah, so we actually are doing research right now and chatting with our like active traders. So I would say I can see a lot of more quality traders who became like very active within the app itself. So there are two reasons why. First of all, I guess the overall like a base trenches became quite interesting with all of this AI tokens and agents, which we're going to talk about it later on. But yeah, people like trading a lot within these new trenches, and also like a base always been a builder chain. And a lot of builders, they have a high quality products and high quality tokens at the same time. So we keep seeing that quite a big number of our active users, they not just trade every day, but they also trade and hold, some of them up to 7 days, but a lot of them up to like 30 days, which means that they believe in the chain, they believe in the base builders, and they believe in the base assets itself. So yeah, that's what we recently noticed, and that's what also confirmed within all our research.
Amazing. No, thanks for sharing all that alpha. That's, I think, a lot of great color that hopefully you'll share more with the broader base community. But I think that's the beauty of the base app, especially now. It's like all types of assets. At Avantis, we try to pride ourselves in offering lots, especially across RWAs, but also as a trader, you can have like any strategy. It can be long, you can short, you can hold, buy and hold. You can scalp and do fast trades as well because of how performant and fast now the base blockchain is. It enables a lot of this stuff. So I think that's great. And I think we'll see some of these different strategies in effect as we dissect some of the winning traders trades actually in one of the next sections. So thank you so much, Ox, for sharing, and congrats on all the progress. I think for the next section, then we can move through and actually just one thing I would say on the competition itself, reminder, this is the last week. So anyone that has questions or hasn't participated, check it out or DM us if you have any inquiries. Without further ado, we can move into the next segment, which is Zach, we can queue up a couple of videos to show the audience.
Leagues of Leverage trading competition is officially live inside the Base app. It's a 4-week global trading league with a total of $100,000 USD in rewards. Week 1 just kicked off, so let me show you how to jump in. Once you open the Base app, head into the Perps by Avantis mini app and tap Leagues of Leverage trading competition. This brings you to the competition hub. Here you can track your rank and score in real time. Your score reflects both how you trade and how active you are, not just one big trade. You'll also see the leaderboard with top traders, current scores, and rewards. To join, all you have to do is start trading directly inside the mini app. Super important, trades on the web app do not count. It has to be here on the mini app. So pick your market, go long or short, choose your leverage, and place your trade as normal. As you trade, you'll start climbing the leaderboard for a chance at higher scores and rewards. At the end of each week, winners can claim their rewards right here inside the mini app. The claims page will be live later this week, so keep an eye out for that. So jump in, trade throughout the week on your own schedule, and watch your rank climb. Let the leagues begin.
Awesome. So that was an instructional video that our creator in residence, Cindy, recently made, and we've been sharing to just give folks a more, I guess, visual tutorial about the trading competition itself, just because I think, starting a new app and onboarding to crypto sometimes is a little tricky. So we've been really pushing these educational videos.
Yeah, that's so cool and very cool. I was even thinking that she's AI.
Oh, well, we don't want to be AI for situations like this, but no, I'd like to walk through, and that was a fun one. So I think the second video that we want to show is a interesting kind of feature rollout on ways to trade that Zach, feel free to queue up, and then we can talk about after.
Who doesn't like gold and silver? I know I do, but this isn't about owning them. It's about trading them. Avantis just launched Zero Fee Perpetuals for gold and silver. Let me break it down. Perps lets you trade the price of an asset without ever owning it. And there's no expiration date. With Zero Fee Perps on Avantis, you don't pay fees on open positions, you don't pay taker or holding fees, you only pay when the trade is profitable. So you're not giving up P&L to fees before the trade even plays out. Trading on Avantis is pretty straightforward. You open Avantis, click gold or silver, go long or short, and adjust your leverage. You can trade with up to 250x leverage, with deep liquidity and some of the tightest spreads on-chain. For active traders, that means cleaner entries and exits, especially for short-term setups. There's also 2 times XP boost for trading metals right now on Avantis. So for traders looking at gold and silver, Zero Fee Perps are now live on Avantis. Happy trading!
Awesome. So funny story with this video. When we were going through it, she's like, should I cut out the 5 seconds where I do a failed cartwheel? And I was like, no, you should totally keep that because it makes you look human and not AI. So that was funny. So the ZFP on gold and silver, I think with a lot of the macro events that's been happening, many of which are unfortunate, like what you see in Mexico, we've actually seen like escalated volatility in gold and silver, as well as like other metals that we'll be bringing onto the platform. So we've been seeing a ton of demand for traders to trade these assets. And this is especially one where we've had a big advantage over other platforms because of the zero fee perps model. And this, as a reminder, basically makes it so you pay no fees until you kind of make money, and then we take a small cut of the gains. So we've had a lot of traders get really excited about this, especially as a way to express a view on different macro events.
This is super cool. Yeah. And how long do you think you're going to keep the same fee structure, or you want to change it at some point?
Yeah. So for a while, like we didn't have ZFP for gold and silver, meaning that it was like our standard fixed fee model. And then also that means typically lower leverage. So we heard from a lot of users, they wanted ZFP, they wanted more leverage, especially as volatility increased, for ways to speculate short term. So then we brought in this ZFP, our standard model that we've done for Bitcoin and other assets, to gold and silver. And we plan to kind of keep this fee model for the foreseeable future, but also to add this fee model in for other metals like palladium and whatnot that our users are demanding to trade.
This is cool. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, of course. Great. So those were our 2 videos from our wonderful creator in residence, Cindy. I think now we'll move into the 3rd segment of this stream, which is talking about some trade breakdowns. And this will be fun because what we did is we pulled some of the winners from the last few weeks of the Avantis trading competition, and we're just going to show some of their trades and differences in strategy. And then Rada, Ox, and I can just like opine call out anything, insights we see. And this is all like, we're just doing it live. So I think it'll be fun. So Zach, why don't you go to the first slide? So we have 3 different traders that we will go through, and these are our winners from the last couple of weeks. So for each trader, we have 2 slides. The first slide just shows their top wins. The second slide will be like just their last 10 or so trades, to just give a sense of what kind of strategy they're doing. So if we stay with the first slide, Zach, the previous one, this is trader 1. It's interesting. So 2 of their biggest trades were XRP. This trader, in my opinion, likes a lot of leverage, 100, 140, 500, and stop loss and target price is a big thing for us for risk management. So they are using that. But Rada, Ox, please opine if you have any comments or just anything you're seeing from this trader so far.
No, I think it's an interesting strategy, XRP. I like a classic guy or girl.
Yeah, I'm looking at the leverage and it's giving me some concerns, but who am I to say anything? Like, the P&L speaks for itself.
Yeah. Well, okay. Typically, these are his or her largest wins. So if you go to the next slide, Zach, we will see a broader snapshot of just like the last 10 or so trades from last night when I pulled this. And here, this person loves XRP, man. I think he's a very like retail coin that people like to trade, like good volatility. You can see on the second line like a liquidation because he or she didn't set a stop loss. But it's a high leverage trader. Like you don't see anything here that's under like 100x.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That takes guts.
That's crazy. And I'm super proud building Base Up since we have such a cool traders there.
Yeah. And you can see also, so the 0 flag on the right on the second column from the left, that's our ZFP product that I was talking about. So this trader exclusively does like high leverage ZFP trades, and my guess is these are probably all pretty short term. He's just like playing. Cool. So Zach, why don't you go to the next slide? This is trader 2.
Wow.
A 500x only type of guy, at least for his top wins.
Damn.
Yeah.
Something. Again, like the P&L speaks for itself. That's crazy. I wish I could, like there was a way to understand their strategies or like how are they positioning their trades? Like what are they evaluating before they put this trade up? Like that would be so cool. But just looking at this, well done. I mean, well done.
And do you have any like a copy trading strategy which might be applied within the app?
Yeah, so currently within the base mini app, in the Avantis mini app, we don't have copy trading enabled, but with the agent stuff that we'll talk about in the next section, it's actually much more easily doable now.
Yeah, makes
so
sense.
Manually, no, but with an agent, there should be a way to. And I think that will make it very like fun and social, because then you can not only copy a human, like some of these big gainers, but also like another bot if it does well. Because my hypothesis is actually a lot of bots will have like really good P&Ls.
Yes and no. I don't know. But yeah, we've been experimenting a lot, especially like I have one engineer who I really like, Mike High. So Mike created, I think, one of the first agent with a strategist, and yeah, he's been doing like I can't say like the best, but yeah, I think the time we're coming to that, right? So
we'll get there. But
yeah,
special shout out to Mike for experimenting. All right. Yeah. Okay. Next slide. So yeah, Rada, you spoke too soon, because the last X number of trades have been mostly liquidations for this person, but I respect the strategy, and I think what he's or she is doing, as you can see, is it's basically all ZFP, all 500x scalps, very short term. And I think the way this trader thinks about it is like, max you lose your collateral, which is the down 100%. So you'll see on the top like 5 rows or 6 rows. But then because he's setting TPs, target prices, that means on the upside you could make more than your collateral back. So I guess he's betting that on the upside, that makes up for the losses on the downside.
Makes sense.
And can you put together two types of orders, including like a stop losses? Because stop losses is 0 here. That means he or she didn't put.
Yeah, you can. So you can do both. I think it just he or she here isn't doing that. Probably because of just. Also, if you look at the timing, he's doing a lot of trades at once. But yeah, I don't know why he's not doing both stop loss and TP. I think sometimes you might want to have that near, because I think for a stop loss, like we have certain risk parameters, so it has to be like 30 or 40%, at which point maybe it's like, he's like, okay, if I'm gonna lose 30, 40%, I might as well just not close the position unless it's fully drawn down for the hopes that on the upside it can swing.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Cool, next slide. So our third and last trader to profile, here are his or her biggest wins, all shorts, again, high leverage. No stop loss here. Why don't we go to the next slide, Zach? Like some more details. Okay, so this person, I want to call out XAG, which is gold. Big gold trader. And I think is a good highlight as to some of our traders that use Avantis to speculate on macro events, especially as they happen like during the trading hours. We see, large drawdowns or spikes in gold and silver prices lately. So using the 0 fee perpetual product on Avantis, especially since it's been enabled recently for gold and silver, they're able to put on these 250x or 500x trades on gold and silver. And he or she has had a couple of big wins, like 3x the collateral one time.
I was gonna say, like, where are the metals? Like what we want to see the metal trades. But this is cool. I personally like to speculate on oil and gold and silver. So yeah, this is cool to see for sure.
Definitely. And I think what you like to Ox's earlier point, especially with the ZFP structure, like we see a lot of traders holding like gold and silver positions for longer term because of the fee structure, like say 30 days or more.
Yeah, that makes sense. But plus, I think like overall gold and silver strategies, they're all long term. So
exactly, yeah, that's true. There was a lot of volatility though in the last few weeks, so it's like if you can capitalize on it, like good for you.
Exactly.
Awesome. Cool. So any Ox or Rada, any other thoughts from just like looking at a couple of these traders before we move to the next section?
Personally, I would love to encourage, okay, I don't know if I should, but like personally, I love metals. So I'm like, I love trading metals on Avantis. So that's just, I would love to see traders like, because, even in the past when we've had trading competitions and stuff, we've looked at what assets are most dabbled with. We see like Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana, and it was the yen for a little bit, but those kind of just always lead the position. There's so much more to speculate on. So yeah, I'd love to see more crazier trades, more diverse trades for sure.
Yeah, I think my point is also kind of the same. It's interesting to see all of those 3 top traders. They all trade kind of classic assets, I would say, nothing like even like no AI agent tokens like that. It's interesting why, because they just like can make money outside of the purse trading on that by like buying and selling it quite quickly, or I don't know, like it would be curious to talk to them. I'm sure it will be impossible, but yeah, if you are one of those traders, like DM me and tell me why you chosen this strategy.
Yeah, no, we love hearing from our traders, and in fact, not to disclose too much, but we're launching a new VIP program for our traders soon. And part of that includes like full concierge service and touch bases with the team, the founders. And we always encourage our traders, folks that do want to, are fine with doxing, to like come on streams with us and talk about trading and educate folks. And, special shout out to folks like Koala and others that have come on our streams on the past to talk about the strategies.
Yeah. Will you have like a special events for the VIP traders?
Yes, that is all coming. That is all coming, and you will see a lot more about it on our X soon.
Amazing. And I think you just touched the question regarding the support overall. So you guys, can you tell me more how you support your users? So if they any way how they can be in touch with the team or any other source of truth?
Yeah, so a bunch of different ways. Our Twitter DMs are always open, and myself, Sahaj, my co-founder, the whole marketing team, we religiously check them all the time, responding to folks, as well as like comments and whatnot on X. Our Discord is also very active, so a lot of traders will give suggestions or open tickets for different things we should do, and we always respond pretty quickly and try to incorporate feedback into like product rollouts. So like we'll have a product rollout in the next month or two. We'll incorporate a bunch of the batches of feedback. Of course, if it's anything that trader has in terms of technical issue or problems with using the platform, we address those like ASAP. And we actually have a whole moderation / support team that is 24/7 doing that.
That's awesome. Yeah. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, traders are our world, so we do everything we can for them. Cool. So let's close out this segment of the stream and move on to our concluding segment, which is to talk about a very fun topic that has taken X by storm, and Base is in many ways, I think, at the forefront of. Like I was at Denver last week with Zach and Jesse and a bunch of folks, and the topic of the day is agents and agents on Base. And for us specifically, obviously, agentic trading. But Ox, do you want to like just give your personal thoughts on how you're thinking about this whole agent narrative?
Yeah, to be honest, like of course I like it because overall it improves the user experience in any way possible, not just within the trading itself. I can't see a lot of like cool agents which are basically focusing on the purely trading specifically, but something like I don't know, book your hotel. I've heard so many things about that, or find the like a cheapest ticket somewhere. So I think that part of improvements in the like everyday people life. So, and especially right now with like a cloud agent and all of that stuff, I heard so many feedback from my like enormous friends who never ever thought about something like that. And I feel like people quite often use right now like cloud but then just the chat GPT, which is like amazing, and I feel their overall awareness increased. But if we're talking about like trading specifically, I feel there's a lot of opportunity here to build something cool for like retail users. So my personal opinion that is still like one of the biggest problem in the crypto space, that it's a token discovery. And I would love to have my agent, for example, screen the Twitter and any other, like even private Telegram chats, because that's what they can do, right, as the agents itself. So you can plug them into any private chats or Discord channels or like a specific Twitter groups, and just to scan for interesting topics which mentioned by several people, which you can also like curate very well with agents. And then see if there's anything similar ticker coming into like a blockchain at the same time, and buy it within like a first 2 blocks. That would be amazing feature for me. Yeah, but overall, I think the desire to build like a different trading strategies based on like a different type of users, that would be amazing as well. If you can like say, okay, invest like a $10 every day in a bunch of tokens based on like my behavior of trading or the behavior of this like a top based on the P&L traders. Yeah, that's, I think, my kind of desire, what I would like to use. But yeah, I'm not sure how like closer we are in terms of like as a base. But interesting to hear you guys if you are kind of building something around that.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've been working on agents in the background as like mini hackathon sprints within the team for a couple of weeks, actually, to just like explore different use cases. Alex, like what you're saying, trying to have the agent help better connect like signal, like macro events to trading signals and to like execute on those. I think that's been like a big philosophy for Avantis for a long time, which is why we went really hard into RWAs for all these macro signals. So we started out actually with just making our SDK docs like very LLM friendly, to be able to drop in a file for an agent to then just learn basically how to use Avantis and to become integrated in Avantis. That was step one. And we have a history of like, helping a lot of partners integrate, including, we were the first partner for BankerBot and power like the backend for all perps for BankerBot. So that was like our first big thing. And then since then we've had maybe 10 or so other ecosystem partners that have done various versions of Avantis with their own front end. But those all like required some support. But now with OpenCloud, CloudBot, we are able to produce like agent-friendly files to basically allow any partner to onboard to Avantis. So that was our step one. And our head of engineering, Yug, really like drove that effort there. Then step two is figuring out how can we internally find some utility from this whole agent narrative. And for us, my big push was like agentic trading, like actually figuring out what that means. And I think there's a lot of ways that folks can use it. But for me personally, as a former like TradFi trader, equity researcher, it's about finding like new strategies and learning different types of ways to trade. Almost like what I like to call like quant in a box, where historically it's been very, very hard for the traditional trader to like execute any kind of algorithmic or quant-like strategy, like even what you were saying, Alex. So we set up a whole platform now where in a few lines of code not even code, in a few lines on Telegram, you can have our agent basically create an automated trading strategy for you. Whether it's like you want a mean reversion strategy or you want a high leverage scalping strategy, or even you don't know what any of those means and you just want to explore, like it'll guide you through different strategies, help educate you on how to trade, what are different ways to trade, what are the different risk profiles, and then just like trade for you. And then tell you what they're doing along the way. But then the beauty of it, and this is a part I'm really passionate about, is after each trading period, it can actually come back and systematically analyze the data and say like what worked well, what didn't, how can we change the strategy moving forward. So we've done this approach, and also we've made it really fun and gamified, because in my opinion, this is how we bring a lot of retail people into this like agentic realm. So we launched what we are calling the agentic arena with Avantis, where we can have trading agents that anyone creates, like trade against each other and compete for prizes. And it's kind of a cool extension of everything that we've been doing with the like base app trading competition.
Yeah, that sounds super cool and beautiful, and I feel like I like the approach within like a gamified version, because that's what very attractive for our like a younger generation, right? They all learn through games, and especially like a very teens level people, they heard about the AI, but they might be not very interested in crypto. If we can combine it, it might be a very good approach to actually through like a massive adoption in the future. And I think I have one question which concerned me a little bit, because when we're talking about like overall agents and managing the funds, it's always the security question. How you guys approach that? Do you have any specific, extra security boundaries between like your wallet and the agent interaction with it?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's like fully secluded to where any of our agent that we use to help folks onboard, we keep on like separate servers and completely separate from the rest of our systems and all of that. So it's completely isolated. On top of that, whenever, so for every like new user that has a bot that we'll show later, like we create a new wallet for them that we keep completely isolated from every other wallet with no permissions for anyone to access, basically, besides this one agent, which is only kind of run by myself and our head of growth, right? So we've, between a mix of like isolating agents, but also a lot of permissions and exclusions. Like we've kept it like very, very secure. Obviously, like for us, this is like a big deal because we don't want agents to just get random access to things. So we've used that as a priority. And frankly, for me, that's always been like a big concern when people talk about like agents doing payments for you and things like that. So for me personally, it's like, I only want to start with like small funds, isolated systems, and just kind of gradually get more comfortable with them.
Yeah, that's super cool. And do you have like an average performance from your agents, which you can share?
Yeah. So, well, Zach, why don't we flash the arena real quick? So we don't have like aggregate numbers yet because we've only run some of these agents for like a day or a few days. But starting this week, we're just going to let them run for a long time. So we'll collect a lot more data that we'll have for you in the next week or so, Ox, on how some of these are performing. But like, for example, Claudette the Scalper, the scalping strategies anecdotally has like been working quite well and driving like pretty consistent P&L. So what we have here is some folks on the team, like you, is our head of engineering. Sahaj is my co-founder, our CEO. We just made some agents based on our personalities and our typical trading style. And how we onboarded these folks is on Telegram. Our agent basically asked, hey, what do you want to call your bot? What personality do you want it to have? And like what trading style? And then it'll guide you through it. And literally in a few minutes, it just sets you up. So like, for example, like we have an agent, we have a bot here, Sahaj, who's like, the personality is like Hulk from the Avengers. We make it really fun. But what we'll see here is we drop all these agents we made into what we call the arena, and you just watch it trade live. And it's been trading for like an hour or two today, and it'll go on for another 10 hours. And we've been just like streaming this. We just sit and watch and opine on trades. And Zach, if you actually like click on Claudette the Scalper under leaderboard, the fun part is you can actually see its brain and it think in real time. So based on the strategy, so like for example here, Claudette the Scalper, lightning fast, razor sharps, jumps in when price snaps away from norm, grabs quick profit, goes out. So it's a fast scalper. You can see every few minutes, it'll basically give you a train of thought as to, should I open or close a trade? Should I hold my trade? Should I get out of a trade? Like, what are the signals telling me? And then you can see the whole history of its trades from each session that we do. So this has been like really fun to watch. So you can see it literally just closed a trade as we've been on stream because it was cutting its risk because price moved away from the average. So for me, this is like really fun and entertaining, and I would totally like, do prediction markets on stuff like this, which we're exploring, but also just watching this, especially with the price chart, is like quite educational, I think. Yeah. So
I'm
yeah.
I'm actually thinking like while you're explaining the whole story. So I'm actually thinking that it might be interesting to have like a trading broadcast of the AI agent trades. And if they can actually learn from each other, like one can be more successful, that could be kind of interesting to explore.
Yeah. No, 100%. We're gonna set up like a multi-day long broadcast starting either today or tomorrow of just this actually. And then each day we'll like drop in a few new agents and things like that. We have a lot of demand from all of our ambassadors and top traders to drop their own strategies in. We're still like building everything out. So we're just like slowly rolling in additional agents with different strategies. And then, to your point, Ox, like after the broadcast, say at the end of the week, give a report on like who did well, who didn't, and how would you like change your strategy kind of thing.
Yeah. And will every agent have their own token or not?
Well, they have their own token. So we actually have not thought about that yet. What do you think?
I don't know. I'm just like curious to know. Like, it would be great for them to launch their token. Then every single like a revenue, they can buy back their token. Some kind of stuff. So you can loop into that revenue into the token revenue, and I think the holders might be happy about that. I don't know.
That's pretty cool. I like that. I know. I'm pretty sure like some of our partners like Bank are doing like AI agent token like launch pads, and I'm pretty sure Virtual does that. That would be really a fun collab, huh? Amongst base eco projects.
Yeah, but not
Yeah,
financial
let's-
impact.
yeah.
I mentioned.
Yeah. Rada, we should do that.
Yeah, I think just the base is the perfect place for AI agents to launch their own tokens. And at the same time, we have a lot of cool, really nice liquid traders who not just like purely trade because they want to earn money, but I know several of them, like they really care about projects and they're ready to support builders on a really long term.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, in a way, it's like if in one of the Claudette, for example, assuming he or she, or I guess it, the bot, crushes it, launches its token, then the token would probably do better if it continues to trade really well because there's some level of speculation, some level of like fundamentals from using revenue earned to like buy back the token.
Yeah. I think that could be cool.
Yeah, I agree. Let's explore that. Rada, any thoughts from you?
Oh, that sounds crazy. Have not thought about that and can't really imagine what lengths this could go to with agents creating their own token. But because that just opens up a whole different stream of chaos, and like not to compare it to something like, there was a social media where all these agents were talking and like had their own thing when Claudebot had its own moment. But something like that, I just from a more, I guess, pessimistic perspective, I would be curious to see if there's any risks surrounding that, or how degenerate could it get.
Yeah, hard to say. Well, time will tell, right? We will we will find out soon enough, and it'll be fun for folks to set up like prediction markets around this as well. I think if we can get big enough, and just I think any gamification will help. Cool. So I think we can probably start to close out the stream. It's been almost 45 minutes. Want to be respectful of everyone's time. From my side, I just want to say thanks everyone for joining. I think this has been an awesome stream, ton of high energy, and really thanks Rada, Ox, Zach, Sarah, the rest of the base team for making this happen. Please check out the last week of the competition if you haven't already. Let us know if you have any questions, and then lastly, stay tuned for some really cool agentic stuff coming down the pipeline. And for the competition, just to reiterate, the last week is 50K, so a lot of money on the table. Pass it to Ox if you have any concluding thoughts.
I guess my main topic here is just like continue trading, guys, and non-financial advice, and explore also Avanti's mini app. So it's super cool and very nice UI, and participate in the competition.
Amazing. Cool. Well, thank you everyone so much, and see everyone soon.
Thank you. Bye.